all my life.
Good. Zita, we're here with the residents of Mainland, blocking a road. Tell me why we're here today.
We're here today because the residents of Mainland is very upset and very concerned over what's contaminating our water. World Energy GH2 is planning on putting up 164 windmills here on our little peninsula, a peninsula containing 4,000 people. Our big concern in this area right now, in our community, is our water supply. They went back in that road, they constructed roads, they've done a lot of work back there, and the silt and muck is washed down completely right into our drinking water supply. They went back there in late August sometime. The community here in Mainland did a poll. 84% voted against the windmills. They did not want them here. That left them without a social license. We presented that poll to Tony Wakeham in November at a meeting in Chiefs Cove. He said he was going to present it to the House. As he came with here last week, he told us he did. Now, we have not seen any verification or any discussion in the House of Assembly about that. So we don't know if he did it or not. But the thing is, they went back there. We got the road blocked off today because when we asked for permits, there was no permits to present. They're into a protected watershed. Now, our secondary water source, they are telling us now it is not in a protected area. But there is an application been sent in by the local service district of Mainland asking for just that. Now, apparently, when you make an application for a watershed, until it is deemed a watershed, it's still protected. They're back there in our watershed. They are poisoning our water system. What's coming down is not fit to drink. We have an all-grade school here in our community, a lot of small children. That water is going to them as well. Somebody will get sick if this water system is not cleaned up. Today, we stand out here. This is day 7 of a protest here in Mainland. As you can see behind me, that's our support. We're doing it in shifts because we're here every day, 24 hours. You don't expect to see 100 of us at a time because we can't all be here. Many people work, but they come when they can. We are not letting Marine in. Their equipment is still back there. World Energy 2 has equipment back there. We've had DFO officers, 3 officers came here and said they wanted to go back and take a water sample. We walked them back. We went back with them. We wouldn't trust anybody back there because we don't know who to trust anymore. But they didn't get a water sample. But I don't know if they're ever going to come back to get another one. But that's where we stand right now. We're asking the government, why? Why are you doing this to our water supply? It's not fair. It's inhumane because the way we feel, water is the very basic necessity of life. The government cannot deny us a good drinking water source. The only water source that's here on this little peninsula, remember we are surrounded by salt water. The only water source we have is in these very mountains that this company is coming in to put up these massive megaliths. They are gigantic. From what we gather, they have never been put on land. There's nothing on land like them. They were all meant to be offshore. What is that going to do to the people here? Is there going to be vibrations? Is there going to be noise? Is there going to be light flickering? That's just with the windmills, if they go ahead. But today, our fight is the water supply. We don't want them back there. We don't want them in our watershed. Please, get out.
When did the protest or the blockage start?
7 days ago. This is the 7th day we're here on the site.
And how many people have been out here supporting this cause?
Many. We've had other people out of other communities, people out of communities that come in to help us stand in our protest. We've had an extreme amount of support. People is coming every day, bringing us food, water, coffee, drinks, wood. As you can see, our fire never goes out. The community is supplying us with wood. There's members outside of the community that's brought us in loads of wood. We are so thankful. It goes to show how many people is backing this. The windmills, GH2 is not wanted on the peninsula. We don't want the windmills. We don't want them here in our area. It's our water. Don't mess with our water.
What kind of support are you getting? I mean, obviously, like you say, there's a lot of people that are coming out and volunteering to be here for the blockage. What kind of support are you getting throughout the Port-au-Port Peninsula?
We've got a lot of support throughout the Port-au-Port Peninsula. Not everybody can come out onto the site and protest, but we know from our Facebook page, which we're trying to get this to go as viral as we can. That was our big concern about getting the media out, so we can get our side of the story told. So a lot of the peninsula is sharing, and we read it in the comments. We read the passion in the comments. They're against it. They doesn't want it neither, because they know what's happening in mainland today is going to be happening in their community in the near future. The water to our taps today is coming to a tap near you soon.
What kind of answers are you getting from government on this?
We don't seem to get any answers. Everyone that came out here so far, we asked questions, we're trying, but no one seems to have an answer. All we get is a shrug of the shoulders. We've asked, bring someone out who can answer our questions. Is that a big request? I don't think so, but it seems like everyone who came out here doesn't have an answer. And it's starting to get seem very curious to us. So is there something else that we don't know about? Because we certainly didn't know about the windmills until they were ready to be put in our backyard.
What's the next step? Like, how long are you going to be here?
Well, as it stands right now, we're not going anywhere. So as for how long we're going to stay, I can't tell you that. We're gonna endure it, I guess. But we are not letting them get into our water supply. No. If we got to stick it out, we will.
How would you like to see this resolved?
I would love to see them come here and say, we're going back, get our equipment, and we're getting out of here. We're getting off the peninsula. Best thing ever, because the Port-au-Port Peninsula does not want this. And mainland itself did its poll, door to door, and we got 84% against. That alone stands by itself. Where's your social license? You don't have one. You don't have permits. What are you doing here?
Now, a few months ago, the community leaders around the peninsula, as well as the Indigenous leaders, came out and endorsed the project, gave it support. What is your reaction to that?
Come again?
So when the community leaders, after that tour of Ontario, came out in support of the wind power project, so how would you respond to that as a a member of your group here, that community leaders around the Port-au-Port Peninsula have supported it already?
We're in shock. We are in shock, especially when we saw a letter from the First Nation band leader, Jason Benoit, sent in a letter that was I think that was back in September, if I'm not mistaken, stating that the peninsula was all in favor. It was amazing when that came out, because our jaw dropped. Like, really? How could you write such a letter saying that the peninsula is in favor of something that the peninsula didn't know anything about at the time? Like, there was so little that we knew about it. Because this was late before we found out. We just didn't think that was fair of them. Our Indigenous leaders, they are the keepers of the land. They are the fighters of the land. They fight for what? We are Indigenous people here. That's why we care about what's happening to our land and our water. If we had them on our side, it's our ace in the hole. But we don't have them. Brendan Mitchell, we spoke to him in Sheaves Cove. We had a meeting back before Christmas, and we expressed our concerns to him. And we asked him, as the leader of the Halipoo Band, to protect us, speak up for us, help us. He told us at that meeting that he was going to speak to the Premier himself. Actually, he said, I will call him tonight, his exact words. But he said, all of these, the leaders of the communities here, stakeholders, would have to meet with these people and sit down and have a meeting. He was going to arrange that meeting for us. He said, it's too close to Christmas. I will arrange it early in January. January's almost gone, and we haven't heard a word. So, Brendan Mitchell, are you backing us? You are our Indigenous leader, our band leader. The land is being destroyed. Our water is being polluted. Where are you? Stand with us. We're all status here. We're all status Indian. Please, come out and help us. Come out and help us save our land. Save our water.
Good. Good. Excellent.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
In my heart, go.
Good job, Zita. Good job, Zita.